Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome to another edition of Wild Eye Wednesday. Now, today I'm going to be taking a look at From the Dead. But before I get into my review, I wanted to take the time to thank Wild Eye for sending me this copy to review for you guys. I'm going to put their links in the description box below for their YouTube channel, also their official website. They are definitely where it's at with independent horror. Now, From the Dead is a 2019 film which runs approximately 80 minutes and is written and directed by Ryan Schaefer and Hebron Simoks Jaffe. Now, the only thing I could find on Ryan Schaefer was a documentary on immigration, and the other guy had done some shorts. Now, this stars J.C. Curious as Chewie. He was in New Low and Mystery Weekend Package. This also stars James Duval as Eddie. Now, he looked really familiar to me. He's been in Donnie Darko, Independence Day, and May. Will Leon as Frank. He was in 79 and Flying Cars. And finally, Pepe Serna as Rodrigo. He was in The Jerk, Scarface, and Buckaroo Banzai. Now, one of the things I really enjoyed about this film was the soundtrack. The music was done by Vivian Villani. This is an interesting one. I wasn't really sure what to make of this film in the beginning. Basically, you have two brothers, Frank and Chewie, who own a meat packing store. They're basically butchers, stuff like that. They're in a bar in the very beginning, and him and his girlfriend get into or actually it's his wife, get into an argument and leave and go home. That's Frank and his wife. They go home, continue their argument. It's about him cheating, of course. And they get into a kind of like an altercation. It kind of looks like it's almost done as a joke at first, because she goes to pick up a knife and he tries to take it away from her. And he ends up falling and the knife sticks in him and he dies. She's not really sure what to do, so she kind of sets him up on the couch and eventually gets his brother involved. But there is also another problem. There is a nosy neighbor named, I think it's Dixon, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why I can't remember that name. But he is taking pictures. He's basically people watching and actually catches on camera her killing her husband. So he comes over and basically wants sex in order to keep his mouth shut. From there, Chewie, once he finds out that his brother has passed, he goes to a kind of like a witch / voodoo doctor and tries to get him to be reanimated. And that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it. I actually like this film. I was surprised because when I looked on IMDb, it got really hateful reviews. And I thought that the acting was really solid. The blood, some of it was CGI and it kind of bugged me a little bit, but the practical effects were pretty darn good. Unfortunately, you're really not going to see the stuff from the cover in there. That's pretty much a cover to bait you into watching the film. But, like I said, the acting is solid, the story is interesting, and the practical effects were good. My only cons were it had a little bit of pacing problems, and the CGI blood was pretty awful. all in all, I actually enjoyed this one. It wasn't a bad film at all. Again, I wanted to thank Wild Eye for sending me this copy. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.